Hey guys, it's Katie and I'm here with another video. I haven't posted in a while because I had made a video earlier this week on one of the only 2 days of the week that I can film, and the footage got messed up. I don't know what happened with that, but the file was corrupted so I couldn't edit it, and yeah. But I'm back with an exciting video because I was at Walgreens yesterday and I was just, you know, browsing, and I saw this. And I'm so excited. I wanted this one so bad. I don't care for the first one. It's very warm tone and very similar to things that I already have. But this one is just amazing. Like the rose gold colors, but like not rose gold, but like more plummy colors, because I'm not really into rose gold that much. And like the cool tone browns and grays, and it's just like pretty great. So I'm super excited to use this today. I've also been using the Double Wear foundation. I've been trying it out. I'm going to be using that along with the Estee Lauder mattifying primer. So there'll be like a few little first impressions in this video. Not first impressions for those, but you know, general opinions on so far. And yeah, I'm just going to work, so this is not going to be anything fancy, but I really wanted to try out the palette because I'm super excited. I swatched all the colors and like, amazing. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm just going to start with my usual Urban Decay Primer Potion, the original one. Sorry that I'm looking off to the side, that's the only way that I can see. But I really like this and I know how it works. Also, the color won't interfere with the shadows at all, because I've been using the Primer Potion in Sin, and I do like it. It just obviously changes the color of the shadows, but I really like to use matte shadows with that one because it gives them like a little bit of like a sparkle, but they still kind of look matte. I don't know, it's weird. Okay, like I said, this is gonna be kind of casual, so I think that I'm gonna go in with this cool tone gray brown right here, and I'm just gonna like buff that into the crease. Oh wow, that's pigmented. This is darker than I thought it was going to be. They definitely blend well though, so if you do add a little too much, you'll definitely be able to buff it. Luckily, I can go to work with quite a bit of makeup on though. You know those days when you're like trying to go to work and doing your makeup and it takes so long because you're trying to hurry? I think that's what is happening right now. I'm gonna take like a fluffier brush and see if this can help me blend it out a bit more. Alright, close enough. I really like it so far. I just did not pick a great color to start with. So I'm actually going to see if I can lighten this up a little bit by just putting in some of this lighter brown with it. So I really want to use one of the more plummy shades in here. I feel like these are going to be super dark. I think I might just go for super light on the lid, and then maybe I'll darken out the outer corners with one of these two. So I'm going to put this one all over the lid with like a shader brush, and then try to add one of these. Yeah, because I'm going to keep this very matte. So at least if it's dark, it's just matte. Okay, I really like how this looks because I was nervous for the lighter colors in this palette just because those usually are the ones that aren't so pigmented. But this one definitely is nice and pigmented. Okay, and now I'm going to take this plum, like purple, this lighter one right here, And I'm just gonna kind of put it in the outer part and like move, you know, blend it in a little. But I'm just taking like a tiny bit and tapping off the excess because we already know how dark it can be. I'm going to take this through the crease a little, but focus on the outer half of my eye. I like this. I think it's definitely a nice way to introduce color if you aren't used to wearing it. Because the purples are very like neutral but still like a pop of color. So I'm going to add a highlight shade. I'm just going to use the one in the palette just for staying with it, even though it's not quite as bright as I would like my highlight to be. Just because I haven't really used any shimmers besides that highlight, I'm going to take just a tiny bit of this color right here and kind of put it in the middle of my lid. Oh yep, I like that. I'm going to kind of blend it out so it kind of like is a gradient effect from like purple to like lighter pink and then to the white, which I'm also going to reapply since it's faded a bit. And then I'm just going to take that light pink that I used earlier and reapply that to the inner corners. And that is done. I can't decide about eyeliner. Okay, I don't really have time to deal with liquid eyeliner today if I mess it up. So I'm just going to go ahead and use like a brown NYX liner just to give a little bit of definition to my lashes without, you know, the risk of ruining everything. Be messy because I'm going to smoke it out a bit. So I'm just going to take this Real Techniques definer brush or detail brush and smoke it. Alright, so that is the eyes so far. I'm going to add things to the bottom after I finish my face. I feel like on camera it's looking a little bit just one color and this one is looking weird, but I promise in real life it looks a little bit, you know, I'll fix that part with concealer, but the rest looks great. It kind of definitely has like this plum look to it, but like very brown at the same time. And I am a fan, and it blends super well together without looking like just the same color. So far I am extremely impressed with this palette. So I'm just going to start off with my Estee Lauder Matte Perfecting Primer that I've been using. I really like this. I don't notice as much oil with it as I have with other primers. It is just kind of, it feels like a moisturizer, honestly, kind of, but a little bit more serum-y. And I just like to place this in my oily areas. So that is mostly my nose and like right under my eyes and up on my forehead. It applies very much like a moisturizer, but it's got like a little bit more of like a slippery feel. I like it so far. I'm going to take the Urban Decay Naked Skin and I'm going to apply that, kind of the places that I didn't touch with the other primer, but also a little bit up on my cheekbones, even though the other primer is there as well. because I really like this, and trying to cut it out completely from my primer routine was not happening. Alright, so now for foundation, I've been using my little sample of the Double Wear foundation, and so far I am in love with this stuff. Like, you barely have to use any. About this much is how much I use for my entire face, which is so much less than I use with most products. So I like to do half at a time just because it dries pretty quickly. So I like to dot it over half of my face. I'm just using my favorite buffing brush from Real Techniques. And I just buff this into the skin, and I feel like it just leaves this like airbrushed look that I am obsessed with. I make sure to kind of go under my eyes to clean up, but I'll obviously have concealer for that later as well. But like, see, that literally covered my entire face. That's supposed to be a 10-day sample. I feel like it's gonna last me longer than that, but I think that when I go back shopping, well, my issue, I had to go get my phone fixed because the screen broke, and I was waiting for my, you know, appointment at the Apple store, like downtown, and of course, Water Tower Place, Chicago, whatever. Water Tower Place was there, and I was like, I'm gonna go in because Macy's has like every makeup counter of life. I'm just gonna go and do my usual concealer routine thing. This is my MAC Pro Longwear. Okay, anyways, so I decided I was gonna go into Macy's, and originally I was going to get something from MAC, but I actually recently just made a purchase there, so I was like, I'm gonna try something else. And I just went to the Estee Lauder counter and decided that I wanted to get color matched, and I was going to buy the foundation, but the lady was like super nice. Like, you feel like sometimes they like try to push the product on you, but this lady was like, I'm gonna color match you and then give you a sample so you can like really try it out and see how it works. And I was like, oh my god, that's so nice. And so I did that and I loved it. But I don't know when I'm going back there, just because I don't know when I feel like going back downtown again, you know? So I will have to get it probably at like another mall, but I don't want to get it from someone else because that lady was so nice. Like, I want to buy it from her. But you do what you have to. So I'm taking my Rimmel Stay Matte, focusing under the eye. Basically, I put this everywhere because we're getting into those warmer months and I need my powders. So now that that is all powdered, I just like to let that set for a moment. So that's when I go back and finish my eyes. It's dark brown. The dark brown, the first one that I used, that I was like, whoa, so dark. And go ahead and use that as a liner. Then I'm going to take the lighter brown and use that for the inner part. I don't really want any kind of crazy highlight, but I'm also going to blend that out a bit. I'm using like the brown that's right next to it, so like this one right there. Alright, and then just a quick inner corner highlight. But I'm just taking the first color in the palette and highlighting. That's definitely not like an intense highlight shade, but I don't really go for that, so I'm good. Then I'm just going to take my usual Tarte mascara and do a couple coats of that, but that's boring, so I'm probably going to cut it out. So, yep, I did my mascara, then I realized that my eyebrows were not done, so I filled them in with my e.l.f. eyebrow pencil. I really, really like this. I think it lasts all day, and it's $3, which I am all for. Okay, I really gotta hurry. I have to leave for work in like less than an hour. Anyways, okay, so I've been using the MAC Harmony blush as a contour shade for about a week now, and I have not been able to use anything else besides this because it is just perfect for my skin tone. It's not too warm, it's just like a great little shadow. Yeah. So I've been using the Real Techniques contour brush, and just place that right in the hollow and then blend up. That's why I like this brush for contouring. This is the first time I've had a contour shade that actually works for me, so I can actually use this as a contour brush now. But I like that you can place the color very, what is the word I'm looking for? Precisely, but you can easily blend it out. Okay, my window's open and there are people outside. And like, I don't even live on the first floor, so if I lived on the first floor, I would probably be even louder. It would probably be even louder. Hate it. Hate people. You know. So once I have a nice shadow there, I like to add a bit to my forehead because it is pretty big. That. I do like to add a bit to my nose. It's also pretty big. And yeah, I add a bit underneath, but not too much because I'm gonna go through with more of a bronzer for that. So then I go ahead into my Naked blush palette and take this bronzer shade. Now that it's spring, I feel like I can actually use it. I didn't really use it much in the winter because it's a little bit warm. So then I kind of just go over the same places that I had that, mostly to blend out. It's spring, so I've been really into like this bronze face. Which is weird because I really don't like fake tan or anything. That just sounds like too much to keep up with. And I kind of like having pale skin, so, you know, own it. Alright, so that is the bronzer done. Hopefully it's blended. For blush today, I'm going to go ahead and take my e.l.f. blush in Mellow Mauve because I think that this will go very well with the eye look that I have going. And I'm just going to take this on the same fluffy brush that I just used for my bronzer because it's not too dark, so if there's a little bit left on it, that's okay. I'm taking from my original old packaging and everything Too Faced Natural Eye Palette. I've been using Silk Teddy as a highlight shade for my cheekbones because I don't know why I don't use this palette for my eyes anymore. I just have so many others. And most of the colors are a little old and kind of harder to work with, but I find that this as a highlight is like gorgeous if you like a strong highlight. Alright, and then the last thing I have is my lips. So I'm just going to line them with this NYX, I was trying to see if I need to sharpen it, NYX liner in Peekaboo Neutral. I'm filling in my entire lips with this. And then I'm going to take MAC Angel, which is this beautiful pink shade because it's spring and I can wear pink now. And I'm just going to apply that. And I think this just gives a very nice natural, but like not natural lip, you know? Well, that is it for this monstrosity of a video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please like it and comment down below. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you'd like to, please go ahead and subscribe. I post new videos twice a week, except this week. But you know, I try to post videos twice a week. And yeah, if there's anything you would like to see, especially in terms of this palette, because I really want to find some fun looks with it, let me know. Yeah, and I guess I will see you in my next video. Bye!